Thunder rumbles over the land of Israel. A dark cloud looms as the Philistines march through burning villages, their iron swords gleaming in the firelight. Women and children cry out as warriors take what they want. The land of God's chosen people is under the iron grip of a ruthless enemy. For 40 years, the Philistines ruled over Israel. The people cried out to God, and He sent them a deliverer. His name was Samson. A barren woman named Zora kneels in her small home, tears glistening in the candlelight. She and her husband Manoah have prayed for a child for years. Suddenly, a shimmering figure, an angel, appears before her, radiating golden light. "Do not be afraid," the angel says. "You will bear a son. He will be a Nazirite, set apart for God. No razor shall touch his hair, and through him, Israel will be delivered from the Philistines." As the angel vanishes in a flash, Zora clutches her stomach, feeling life stir within. Months later, a baby is born. His name is Samson. As Samson grows, the village boys laugh at his wild, uncut hair. Standing among other children, they laugh at him for his long hair, calling him a wild animal. But one day, as they gather by the river, a massive boulder blocks their path. The village men struggle to move it. Young Samson steps forward. His eyes flash with something supernatural. With a deep growl, he plants his feet and lifts the enormous rock over his head. The villagers gasp in awe. "That boy is no ordinary child," one elder whispers. The teenage Samson now walks alone through a vineyard, the wind rustling his long locks. The sky is clear, but suddenly, a deep, guttural roar fills the air. A massive lion leaps from the shadows, its golden mane flowing as it charges. Samson doesn't run. He curls his fists, his muscles tightening. As the lion lunges, Samson catches its jaws in midair. With a bone-crushing snap, he tears the beast in half with his bare hands. He wipes the blood from his face, panting, and stares at his hands, realizing, this strength, it is from God. Unbeknownst to him, this is just the beginning of his legendary battles. Years later, Samson, now a towering warrior, feared by the Philistines, walks through the Philistine city of Timnah. He spots a beautiful woman and instantly falls in love, but love blinds even the strongest men. He falls for a Philistine woman in Timnah, ignoring his parents' warnings. "I must have her as my wife," he tells his parents. "But she is a Philistine," his father protests. "She is the one I want." Samson insists, his voice thundering. At his wedding feast, he challenges the Philistines with a riddle. Out of the eater something to eat, out of the strong something sweet. The answer: honey from the lion he killed. The Philistines, unable to solve it, bribed Samson's wife to betray him. When he learns of the betrayal, he erupts in rage, slaying 30 Philistines and storming off, and leaving his wife behind. But this is only the beginning of his war with the Philistines. The Philistines celebrate in the city, drinking and laughing, unaware of the fury coming their way. In the dead of night, Samson sneaks into the fields. He captures 300 foxes, ties their tails together, and sets them ablaze. The fire spreads like an inferno, consuming Philistine fields, vineyards, and olive groves. The sky turns red, and screams of panic fill the air. The Philistines want revenge. They kill Samson's wife and her father. Samson erupts in fury. His eyes burn with divine power. The Philistines hunt Samson down. They capture him, binding his hands with thick ropes. They bring him to Lehi, where 1,000 soldiers surround him, laughing. The mighty Samson, weak as any man now. He stands defiantly, a smirk on his face. But then his eyes flash. Suddenly, boom! The ropes snap like threads as God's power surges through him. He grabs the nearest object, a jawbone of a donkey, and unleashes fury. He spins, crushing skulls, breaking bones, sending Philistines flying. Dust rises as he takes down 1,000 men. He stands alone, victorious, his chest heaving. With a donkey's jawbone, I have made donkeys of them, he shouts, tossing it aside. The Philistines now fear Samson. They send a more dangerous woman with a seductive smile. Delilah, a woman as beautiful as she is dangerous. The Philistine rulers offer her bags of silver to uncover the secret of Samson's strength. She sweet-talks Samson, running her fingers through his thick locks. "Tell me, my love, what makes you so strong?" she purrs. 3 times he tricks her. But on the 4th, as she weeps and pleads, he gives in. "It's my hair. If it's cut, I'll be as weak as any man." That night, as he sleeps, Delilah's blade glides through his hair. His locks fall, and with them his power. He awakens to Philistine warriors pinning him down. "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." Delilah mocks. Samson struggles. But his power is gone. The Philistines gouge out his eyes, laughing. The mighty Samson, now blind, weak, and broken. They chain him and drag him to Gaza, where he is forced to grind grain like an ox. The once mighty warrior is now a blind, broken prisoner. A grand Philistine temple, packed with thousands. The rulers laugh as they bring Samson out for entertainment. Blind and weak, he is led to stand between 2 mighty pillars that hold up the temple. "God, strengthen me one last time," he whispers. Electric energy crackles in the air. His muscles flex. With a roar he pushes, the pillars tremble. Crack. Boom. The entire temple collapses, crushing everyone, including Samson. His sacrifice kills more Philistines in death than he did in life. In his death, Samson killed more Philistines than in his life. He was a man of great strength, but his true power was in the hands of God.